All right, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Wakar Kodash, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. I'm just going to do a video, all right, basically proving with the scriptures that nuclear missiles is prophesied in the scriptures, because I was watching a video, I believe it was from Sharp or Shy, and you had some clown who commented that, who knew he was the Israelite, but they stated that nuclear missiles weren't in the scriptures, and obviously he's wrong, and there's been multiple videos done on it, but that just put me in the mood. I decided to just do a video proving that there is. All right, because you might got some new people in this truth who might not know yet, all right, or might not have studied it yet, but nuclear missiles are in the scriptures indeed, all right, and I'm going to show you some clear scriptures, Lord's will, with some videos or little pictures that I might put in the background to make it more clear that the nuclear missiles are prophesied in the scriptures. Third World War is prophesied in the scriptures. Matter of fact, I'll start off with that. Let me just. It's like I got a little cold. All right, let me see. Because the Third World War is coming, all right, and it's going to be when all these nations turn against Babylon the Great, aka America. All right, Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe's talking about war, talking about destruction. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So this is talking about the Third World War. So there's going to be a third world war that's going to take place. All right. And it's clear as day that a third world war is going to take place. All right. Because no country is at ease with America. All right. They're all starting to hate this place. This great whore, Babylon the Great. All right. Because it's a big bully. All right. Now, let me get how that war is going to take place, all right, or what's going to be the main weapons of that war, all right. Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, all right, these are scriptures. These are key scriptures that are talking about the nuclear missiles. All right, and if they're not, then you got to break it down what they are talking about, because you got a lot of scoffers out there that say that, oh, this is not what it means, blah, blah, blah. Then what is it talking about? All right, because it doesn't make sense for it to be talking about anything else. All right. Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I've created the waster to destroy. All right, so it says, behold, I've created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. This is talking about the Most High, who, when it says I've created the smith that blows the coals in the fire, meaning he gave Esau the understanding of how to split the atoms to create the missiles. All right, I believe the Germans were the first ones to do it. So this is talking about the Most High giving them the understanding to create the missiles. All right, that's what it means where he says, I've created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. All right. And it says, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. All right. So what is the Lord coming back to do? He's coming back to destroy majority of people in this world. All right. And no other there's no best way. One of the best ways is to use those nuclear missiles, the fire from the nuclear missiles. All right. And the fire from the angels. All right, but fire is a cleansing agent. All right, it's going to burn everything. It's going to make everything start anew, make everything regrow, because this earth has only been polluted under the rulership of Esau. All right. It says, and I've created the waster to destroy. All right. Like I said, that's what the Lord is coming back to do to majority of people on this earth. All right. He's coming back to destroy and rebuild. All right. All right. And when the kingdom gets rebuilt, because the kingdom is going to be on earth, the Israelites going to be ruling, starting with Yahushua, then King David, and the rest of the 144,000. We are going to be ruling the new earth. All right. Or the new kingdom. All right. Because the scriptures say Esau is the beginning of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. And Jacob people. All right. So these are clear scriptures letting you know that this is talking about nuclear warfare. All right. It's not talking about anything else. Okay. Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. All right, now, Lord's will, I'm going to have, that video from the Terminator plan. All right, but that's a clear representation of the scripture right here. It says their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. All right, and what happens to this lady while she's looking at the kids through the gate? When that nuclear missile hits, what happens to her? She burns alive. All right, that's her flesh consuming away on her feet, because that's the only thing capable of doing that. All right, what else can consume away your flesh on your feet except for fire? All right, fire is the only thing that can do that. All right, and how's the Lord going to get that fire there? It's by the nuclear missiles. Okay, that's what it means. I've created the Smith. Okay, so nuclear warfare is going to be the main weapon in World War III. All right, it says their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. The only way for that to happen is by fire. Is by nuclear warfare, nuclear missiles. And it says, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes. All right, like I said again, this only happens when your whole body is on fire. And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. So it's just describing a person being burned alive. All right. And like I said, Lord will that video from the Terminator is playing on the screen. All right, because that's your future. That's the future for a lot of people on the earth. All right, except for the elect, especially all these people that dwell in America. All right, because you're gonna have some parts on earth that are gonna be untouched. All right, but especially all the people, all these wicked niggas in America, that's gonna be a lot of their future. All right, and the Lord can make that time in which you're burning. He can make that time feel like forever. All right. That's why it's described as that eternal fire, because the Lord can entrap you. All right. And he can make it feel like you're just burning and burning and burning, man. That's why we're supposed to fear the Lord. All right. Now, let me get something. So I was on Google, looking at a few things. And these are all indications that nuclear warfare is or our Third World War is right around the corner. And this should get you off your feet reading things like this, because it has to do with you and your life. All right. This says it says the threat of nuclear war dangerously close, parliamentary report warns. All right. Lack of meaningful arms control agreement is risking the creation of an arms race and raising the possibility of nuclear weapons being used, according to a parliamentary report. All right, so I'm not going to read all this, but that's the point. Lack of meaningful arms control agreement is risking the creation of an arms race. All right, and raising the possibility. It's not a possibility that it's going to happen. It's 100%. All right. And you got to ask yourself that if The Bible deals with the past, the present, and the future. All right. Now, obviously, it has important things that are going to happen in the future. It let us know, all right, by way of prophecy, all right, things that are going to happen. All right. You got to ask yourself, if a nuclear war, a third world war was going to take place in our time, then I would not the Bible say it? Something so important that could wipe out tons of the Most High's people. Would this not be in the Bible? Is what you got to ask yourself, because we're at a threat for nuclear war closer than ever. All right, I just read to you. If the possibility of nuclear weapons being used is very high. All right, so you got to ask yourself, if something so big is going to happen, then surely it's in the scriptures, which it is. All right, which it indeed is. All right. I also had this. I really didn't look at it yet. But these is all the list of missiles that all these countries have. All right, and you got to ask yourself, why are they creating all these missiles? Why do they have look at how long these are? This is just America. Why are they creating all these missiles? Are they just going to let them sit? They're creating all these because they're going to use them, man. They're constantly trying to create more and more missiles, better missiles, that hit faster and hit harder, because they're about to go to war. They're preparing for war in front of your eyes. All right. So now's the time to get right, man, to get with these scriptures. All right. Now let me go to 2nd Ezra 16. Or Salakia is 14. What are 14 and 12, right? It says, and there so I can bear with me one moment. All right, so I can get my scriptures mixed up. It is 16. Yeah. 2nd Ezra 16 and 13. All right. For strong is his right hand, talking about Yahweh. Strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. All right. Now, another code name for the nuclear missiles in the scriptures is the bow. Because back in the time of the prophets, all right, they, during that time, obviously the technology wasn't how it is now. All right. So the term nuclear missile was not created back then. So if you don't know the term nuclear missile and you see, you get a vision of a missile flying in the sky, the closest thing that you can say that it represents in your mind is an arrow. All right. So a lot of the prophets described the nuclear missiles as an arrow. All right. And if I'm not mistaken, the word for the word for a I forget what it was again. I think it was the word for a missile. Gone array or something. A missile off the radar. I'm not sure. Something is called lost arrow. I gotta look it up again. But let me just read this. 2nd Ezra 16 and 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. All right, so is any man, even in the ancient days, any man capable of getting an arrow and shooting it across the earth, across half the earth? Obviously not. All right, obviously not. So when it says and he shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. It's talking about nuclear missiles. All right, it's talking about nuclear missiles, man. And they ain't gonna miss, because nuclear missiles got something. They got a tracking. All right, so they can track a target, so they're not gonna miss. And even then, the Spirit of the Lord is gonna have it so that they don't miss. All right, when they come to bomb this place, America. All right, in the Third World War. All right. I'm gonna keep going. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fires kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. All right, so the nuclear missiles aren't going to miss. All right, all the plagues that the Lord has coming, it's going to happen. All right, and you got to believe that. All right, the plagues, the death, and the disease, that's a part of the day of the Lord. All right, the scripture say in Amos, to what end is that day for you? All right, because the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. The majority of our people, all right, because 2/3 of our people are prophesied to be destroyed. The day of the Lord is darkness. All right, because spiritually they're in darkness, and they're going to be in physical darkness as well. All right, the light's going to be out. All right, they're just going to be in some dark times, man. It's going to be rough out here. All right, verse 17, woe is me. Woe is me. Woe is me. Who shall deliver me in those days? Second, woe means destruction. So second Esdras said that twice, man. Woe is me. Woe is me. Meaning he was scared when he received this. He was scared. He said, who will deliver me in those days? And what also does that prove? That Esdras is going to be back in the earth in these times. By way of what? Reincarnation. So this was a reincarnation scripture. He said, who will deliver me in those days? Because he knew that reincarnation exists. It is a cycle that the Lord has set up. All right. But the point, he's like, woe is me, man. Letting you know that it's going to be some scary times out here, man. So you want to dive into these scriptures now, so that you're mentally and spiritually prepared to combat what's coming, man. Because you're not going to be able to fight this. You got people out there preparing underground bunkers and preparing guns and stuff to fight before the nuclear missiles come. When all hell breaks loose. You ain't going to be able to fight certain things when all hell breaks loose, man. All right. You ain't going to be able to fight the demons that the Lord's let loose to plague all these people. All right. Esau has certain animals that he's been experimenting on to release upon the masses, all the diseases, all right, that the CDC is going to let loose. There's certain things that you can't fight unless you got the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, all right, protecting you. All right, but I'm going to get a few more scriptures and then wrap up. All right, if not already, it's very clear that there are nuclear missiles prophesied in the scripture to blow this place up, man. Let me see. Actually, I'm just gonna go to okay, I'm just gonna end it with second Peter 3:10. It says, but the day of the Lord. So this is talking about the day of the Lord. All right. This scripture, what you're about to read, you got a picture that this is when what's going to happen when the Lord is coming back. All right. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So the day of the Lord is going to involve some serious heat. Where is that heat going to be coming from? It's those missiles. When it hits, all them atoms split and it explodes. All right. All right. And of course, you're going to have the chariots that are going to be beaming niggas up. You know, the scriptures say that in 2nd Ezra 13 as well. All right. But the nuclear missiles are part of the Lord's army as well. So how is the day of the Lord? It says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. All right. How are the elements going to melt? All right. How are you going to melt metal? How are you going to melt all these cars? You know, all this brick, all these houses. How are you going to melt all that? With fire. Fire from those missiles, man. It says the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. All right. Because like I said, fire is a cleansing agent. You got water. The Lord has purified the earth by water before. All right. With the flood. And now he's going to clean it again with fire. You know, a little more brutal this time. Because the earth has been, you know, excuse my words, has been fucked up, you know, a whole lot by you Edomites. I mean, they are just completely destroying this earth. Nature knows it. I was in that video where I think the ape was called Momo, if I'm not mistaken. All right, and it was an ape that Edomites, you know, trained to use sign language and whatnot. And it said, you know, the earth is in trouble. You know, it was saying we need help. All right, man, stupid. I believe he said, man, stupid. All right, and obviously that man they talking about us, because we don't got the power to mess up the earth. You know, it's Esau who's in control of the earth. He's the only one with the power to do stuff at a worldly scale. All right, talking about polluting the sky, the earth, the sea. This is all the work of you damn devils, man. So y'all got hell to pay. All right, and for you elite bankers, you know, who watch our videos, because we know that you spy on us. All right, we are your enemy. For you elite bankers who watch our videos and think that y'all are going to escape when y'all going on underground bunkers, you know, you're just going to be prolonging your slavery when you do that. All right, because some of you elite bankers the scriptures do say, some of you elites will escape in your little underground bunkers, but then we're going to come down and we're going to grab you up from there. All right, when you're chilling, thinking you're having a good time, escaping the day of the Lord, y'all gonna be the first ones to go into slavery, man. So everybody's gonna get it. All right, so with that, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakah Kudash, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. All right, and Lord's will, you know, you understand now that Third World War involving nuclear missiles is prophesied in the scriptures. All right, and peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.